as a kid, I always felt a higher power, but I didn't understand, like, Christianity. It didn't really, like, speak to me, Catholicism, and like I said, I didn't grow up in, like, a religious household, but I have a wonderful family. My parents are great, and I had a really good childhood, but I always, like I said, felt a higher power, and I actually did like going to church, but I would sometimes go with my grandparents and stuff like that. I was definitely that kid that, well, I started really, like, partying and stuff in high school,
Okay.
and then I went to college, and I just really was the, person that went away to college, like, went wild,
Yeah, me
had,
too.
like,
I feel bad.
yeah, yeah, I our backgrounds are a little similar. I was watching some of your stuff and your testimony. Um, so yeah, I had the full, like, American college experience, like, drank constantly, just, like, partied, like, did whatever I wanted, and it's, like, scary looking back now, like, I really was just, like, leading my own life, Looking back too was finding a lot of fulfillment in men.
Mhm.
A lot of times when we don't have something else, it's like we're putting everything into either, like, having a boyfriend or having a crush or, like, a guy giving us attention. Or it wasn't until I graduated college and I was about 22, so I was working at the time, and I was really doing a lot of searching on my own, like, a lot of self-help books. Because again, I always had this, like, spiritual, like, I knew something was there.
Mhm.
So I was searching and for all, like, these answers, and how can I, like, help myself, because I know, like, I'm filled with anxiety, I'm filled with worry, I'm filled with, like, why am I feeling this way? Like, I felt kind of emptiness.
Yeah.
And then the guy I was with at the time, the guy I was in a really serious relationship with him. I just, like, opened up with how I was feeling and everything, and we ended up going to the church that he grew up in. And so that was my first time at, like, a Christian church, which
Okay.
Catholic is Christian, but it is different. So this
Yeah.
was like a Christian non-denominational church.
Okay, gotcha. So it
Yes.
is kind of a big jump because it's the same, you know, it's, still Jesus and it's still the Bible. It's just a whole different approach to
Yes.
religion. I think with Catholicism and Orthodoxy, it's a little bit more about like the tradition and rituals, whereas like non-denominational is like more relationship centered than all of the religious components.
Yes, that's a great way to explain it, because that's exactly what it was at this church. I I just started to understand what it's like to have a personal relationship with Jesus,
Yeah.
and what that meant, in the Holy Spirit, and that immediately just, like, sucked me in, and I that's when I truly met God. And it was really a transition over time. Like,
Yep.
I wasn't one of those people that was like, "Okay, my life is changed right now."
Uh-huh.
Um, but I knew that something was there, and I just kept going. So I started going to church every Sunday, and I really just it set the foundation for my relationship, and that is really when I turned to God. So I was about 22, and then my whole life was changed from there.